Oh my goodness, guys, it's never a good thing when I got to do back-to-back videos with back-to-back days explaining why a whole bunch of popular stocks are down huge. Now, today we got to talk about four stocks that have absolutely crashed here today. And I got to explain to you on each of them why each of them has crashed. A lot of you guys own one of these stocks out there. We're going to talk about Snapchat, which hit its all-time low here today. We got to talk about Wynn Resorts, which had a horrible day, down 9%. Irobot was down over 9%. And Micron, one of the most popular stocks that retail investors own right now. This one fell almost 10% here today, okay? So we'll start at the least bad of the bunch, which was Snapchat. But Snapchat still hit its all-time low today, and as far as a percent, it didn't look like, oh, it was that bad of a day. But in the grand scheme of things, Snapchat hit its all-time low. So what is going on here with Snapchat? Well, the problem with Snapchat stock and why the stock continues to fall and hit newer lows is because Snapchat cannot attract any type of investor right now. If you're looking at the investor groups, if you're a growth investor, you don't want anything to do with Snapchat. There are so many other stocks that are growing much faster, much better than Snapchat. Snapchat's users are on the verge of going in decline, especially in North America, okay? So if you're a growth investor, you look at Snapchat stock and you're not very interested. It's just a stock that's not going to be very, very interesting to you. It's a one-trick pony. They have their one platform. It's not like they have this platform over here and this thing going over here, and their user numbers are amazing. They're horrible. Their user numbers are horrible right now. So when people are looking at Snapchat stock from the growth investor side, they're like, I don't want that. There's so many better options for me out there. On the value investor side, no one wants a piece of this stock. They lose massive amounts of money every single quarter. They're not expected to be profitable anytime soon. No value investor is like looking at Snapchat and like, I think I'm going to buy this one. No, okay? Then you have short-term investors who might buy a stock just for a dip, or looking at it from a perspective, maybe they'll get bought out or something like that. I'll hold this for the next few months. Maybe they'll get bought out. Maybe some good news will come. If you're looking at it from that perspective, no one's going to buy it for that reason either, because this has been a company that historically has shown no interest in selling out. So if you're hoping that maybe Facebook will buy them out, or Google or somebody like that, there's been no interest in Snapchat, sharing that they want to sell out, all right? And so you're looking at this stock and it's like, how can this stock move? It can't attract any investor bases out there. All investor bases are like, we don't want a piece of this one, okay? So that's why Snapchat continues to fall and just hit a new all-time low today until they can attract one of those investor bases, either the ones that are playing short-term, hoping for a buyout or something, a value investor, which that's probably not going to happen, or growth investors. Until that happens, it's just not a stock that interests most people, okay? So which is why it just hit a new all-time low here today, all right? Wynn Resorts, why did this one fall 9% today? Wynn Resorts has some big issues going on with the company. Not financially. This company is making a lot of money right now. It's a company that still has a very good management team. They lost their leader, but still a good management team overall. However, the big issue Wynn Resorts has right now is this is a company that is not sure where the direction's going, and Wall Street doesn't know where the direction of this company's going, okay? Under Steve Wynn, you had a very specific direction with this company. It was building super high-end properties and, trying to get the biggest customers, the biggest whale customers into their properties, okay? That was the name of the game. Spend as much as you want on anything you want. If Steve Wynn wanted to spend $20 million on a statue to put in one of his properties, no one second-guessed that for a second. They said, that's Steve Wynn being Steve Wynn. He's a genius. He wants to spend $20 million on a statue or $30 million on a painting to put in his property. He's smart, dude. The dude's going to do it, okay? He's going to bring in the whales who dump millions of dollars gambling in their properties, okay? They're the highest of the highest end clientele, okay? The people that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars at the clubs. Those are the type of customers he's going to attract in. So don't worry about it. Now, with the new CEO, he seems, at least how he comes across, I don't know if this is really his intention, but how he comes across is maybe he's a little bit of a bean counter. So you're going from a guy who would spend any amount of money to make his properties the most extravagant properties possible, to maybe we have a possible bean counter coming in, meaning he's counting every little penny and $20 million for that? No, there's no ROI, because a lot of things Steve Wynn would build and do, you can't get a direct ROI on that. So you have this guy coming in now and it's like, okay, where's the focus of the company? And the biggest problem is Wynn Everett, Wynn, their property they're building in Boston, which is set to open within a year, okay? This is a property that was supposed to be the showcase property that they could show around the United States of America and say, look at this successful property we built in this community. Look at, how much nicer we made the community. Look at, all the jobs we've provided. Look at all the income taxes we've helped provide for you guys over here. And they would go city by city and they say, look at the success this property's been. Now let's go to New York City. Now let's go to Philadelphia. Now let's go down to Florida. Now let's go to all these other states and get them to approve, and all these other big cities around the United States of America, get them to approve one of our casino properties in their place because we show them all the statistics behind it. That was what this property was going to be, but now they're talking about possibly selling it. So now that they're going to possibly sell it, another one of the visions goes away, and it's like, okay, this was supposed to be something that could be big time someday down the road as you showcase this around not just places in the United States of America, but cities internationally. Look at the wages we provide. Look at how much this has raised room rates, which makes your income tax better in all the cities and whatnot. So now that they're possibly going to sell this property, it's another complete lack of vision for the company, and everybody's like, where's this company going? Is this just going to be a Las Vegas and Macau company? Maybe a lot of people don't want to be in that stock, okay? So right now, Wynn Resorts has an identity issue. They have an identity issue straight up at the top, and people are very confused. Where's this company going? Is this going to be just a company that, that is, competing for customers on the very low end or the mid end, or are they still going to be the highest tier? Why they want to even sell off Wynn Boston? This makes no sense. So Wynn Resorts, it's a stock that even at $127, someone like myself who used to be invested in that and did phenomenally well, I still have no interest in buying Wynn shares even here at $127. I have no clue where the vision for that company's going. It has an identity issue, okay? That's why Wynn Resorts fell another 9% today. Irobot fell 9% today. Irobot makes a Roomba vacuum cleaner. This one, two-part reason on why I believe this one fell so big today. The first part with Irobot is this one was up 40-something% in the month of August, okay? So it was due for a pullback. The second part is they just announced their new Roomba vacuum cleaner, which looks absolutely sick. This thing looks amazing. Now, if you get excited about Roomba vacuum cleaners the way I do, they're so cool. They just, go around, vacuum your whole house. This new one has two really cool features. One of the cool features about it is it can literally remember rooms, okay? It's pretty cool. It's like artificial intelligence type stuff. It remembers where the kitchen's at, living room. So you can just set it on your phone, vacuum the kitchen, it'll go vacuum the kitchen and go right back. And it has a self-empty mode, which it can empty itself out, which anybody that owns a Roomba knows that thing gets full pretty much every time you run it. It's a pain in the butt to empty it, okay? So for those reasons, it's really cool, but this came out at $949. So I think a lot of investors saw this price point of nearly $1,000 for a vacuum cleaner, like, man, this is like iPhone 10 prices. This is like high-end Samsung Note prices here, okay? How many people are really gonna spend $1,000 on a vacuum cleaner with after tax? You're looking at $1,000 for that vacuum cleaner. So I think for that reason, a lot of people kind of looked at Irobot with this new vacuum and they're like, that's really cool, but very few people can either afford a $1,000 vacuum cleaner or want to spend $1,000 on a vacuum cleaner at the end of the day, even if it can remember things and self-empty and all those cool things, okay? So that's kind of, Irobot, and like I said, it just ran up a lot. It was up 40-something% in the month of August. Like, it was due for a pullback. It was due for a pullback, all right? That covers Irobot, and last but not least, let's get down to Micron, which is one of the most held stocks as far as retail investors go out there. It's amazing to see how many comments Micron gets whenever somebody writes an article about Micron or whatnot. This one fell 10% today. This came after an analyst downgraded the stock, believing that a lot of the products that their memory chips go into are weakening, which means inventories are going up, which ultimately means pricing will come down even more. And this comes after, a month ago or so, the CFO of Apple said that, memory pricing was falling pretty dramatically, pretty fast. So you have that compounded with this analyst saying a lot of products are that they go into are not selling as well, which just means that, memory pricing can come down and down and down. And if memory pricing comes down, that erodes into Micron's profitability in a major, major way, okay? So which is why this one fell 10% today, which is an absolutely horrible move. Now, on the flip side, a lot of value investors look at this one, they say, okay, this one's at a forward PE in the 3s. I think it's like a 3.8 forward PE on this company. So a lot of people still look at it from the value investor side and they say, Even if this company makes 50% less net income next year, what are we at? A forward P of 7, maybe 8? That's still unbelievably low in comparison to the market. But that's why this one had a really rough day. And the scary thing is you know, where's the bottom going to fall out here with memory pricing? We know memory pricing is going down. That's something we do know. That's factual. Memory pricing is going down, and it probably will continue to go down for several months. The question is, where's the bottom? Does it get so bad where Micron can turn to be, you know, from making massive profits to actually taking losses? Could it fall that far? That's what's scaring people, because people just don't know if this is a situation where literally memory pricing could fall so far that the company within a year could go from making these ridiculous profits that the company's making right now to literally being unprofitable. That's the type of dramatic, you know, changes we've seen with Micron historically. Has a lot of people scared. We're going to have to see how this one plays out over time, but a horrible day for Micron investors out there. Their earnings, I think, are coming in, I want to say Micron earnings are coming within a month or so, so we'll have to wait and see how those earnings are, and we're going to have to see if it holds this $44 level right now. It's just a rough one there. So anyways, let me know if you guys own any of these 4 stocks we talked about here today. Do you own Snapchat, Wynn Resorts, Irobot, or Micron? Are you interested in owning any of those stocks? I would love to hear from you guys down there in that comment section. As always, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.